Hello, this is Alexius, and welcome back to BeamNG, where we are trying a model from Monza Motors called the Pollo. Built in 1982, produced in 1989, it is a two-door sports coupe, weighing 1,823 pounds, rear-wheel drive, 4-gear, advanced automatic, holding a Boxer 4, all aluminum block, long stroke, 4-valve dual overhead cam of approximately 170 horsepower, giving us a horsepower to ton ratio of 187. Now the automation stig put this around the track in 2 minutes 25 seconds. Now we get to see what we'll be able to do with it. How close I'll be able to get to that, which I don't think very much. We'll find out though. Without further ado, let's put her around the track. A little bit slow on the start, not surprising, she has an aggressive cam. Handles the first couple corners well. No noticeable oversteer. Sticks to the road well. Brakes are good. Woo! Picked up a shimmy. Alright. Down to the high speed section. See how she does at high speed cornering. Ease into it. Okay, very well. Maintaining 122 through. And 150. Ooh, that's a bit of a concern. We'll muscle through it. That may have been me setting up an oscillation as I was counter steering. It floats just a little bit. Doesn't recenter the wheel when at high speed, and that shimmy is a bit concerning. Perhaps a little too low to the ground. I think I stiffened up the shocks to compensate for making her as low as possible. And it could be BeamNG says she bottoms out, whereas automation says she does not. I have to be careful with heavy braking. It's going to make the city course a lot of fun. There we have it. Nowhere clear to the automation stig. But that's not surprising since I spun out twice. I will take the 2 minutes, 51 seconds, decimal 785. Puts her in 6th, according to my in-game chart. Behind the Coupe and the Concepcion, ahead of the Sea Vane and the Pollo. Well, lightning dragon all day in this bracket. Thank you once again, Lightning Dragon, for your submissions. Alright, here we are on the handling course. Usually I'm still getting a feel for a vehicle at this point, but I have a feeling we've got this one locked in pretty well. Yeah, I'm still improving, learning her quirks. Handles well though. It's fairly easy to drive. Fairly tame for an 80s sports vehicle. But still has the power to get up to speed. Has big enough wheels to handle the corners well. Decent sized brakes. She has no trouble stopping. She's just got that heavy braking shimmy. A bit concerning. And the high speed float, which isn't bad. It's a really minor float. Where you'll go to put in some steering input and she won't recenter. It just kind of meanders off to the side that you were last steering. And puts in 5th. I'm not too surprised by that. 1 minute, 37 seconds, decimal 570. Which is pretty good. Behind the Atromea and the Coupe. Ahead of the Carmine and the Concepcion. Alright, here we are on the hill climb. I've noticed with the winter update for BeamNG, the loading screens are a lot more informative, a lot better in my opinion, and faster. Really nice. Cautious about a few sections of this initial strip, thanks to previous runs. Perhaps I don't need to be with this car. Okay, handled that well. Next hairpin. Ooh, a little too heavy on the braking. Or a little late, actually. Now we get to the split. Which I mean, it's two 90-degree turns really close together rather than a proper hairpin. Or switchback. Really what it is. Go through the S. Ooh, into the gutter. That did damage our steering, but we seem to be okay. A little wobbly now. On to the beginnings of the ice. Haven't lost grip yet. There we go. Maintaining grip pretty well. It's not often we can get up to 40 miles an hour on ice. Woo! Cross the finish line in style. Number 2. Wow, that is actually kind of surprising. That is a 2:06.465. That is behind only the Stellarni, ahead of the Atromea and the Coupe. Like with her horsepower to ton ratio, that is really, really surprising. Alright, here we are. on the downhill. Now that we're turned around, we'll get to see if we have any entertainment. Take it easy through this one. And this one. Not bad at all. We'll coast down this icy conditions. Tap the brakes, get off the ice. And into the first of the switchbacks. Could have tapped the e-brake there a little bit. Onto the S. Don't want to overdo it. Ooh, close to the Connex box on that one. And through the split. And onto the next hairpin. Yeah, I think it needs a little e-brake on the downhill. Not that I've used it. Get our shimmy up. Didn't really need it that time. Careful float on the hill. Resting that hill is dangerous. And floored straight through. Number 4 at 2 minutes decimal 036. Puts her behind the Poupe, the Ultramea, out of the Concepcion, and the Wolf. Here we are on the city course, everyone's favorite. A little bit sluggish. I know we've noted it before, but I think that's going to hurt a quarter mile. Oh, struggling a little bit. Oh, flips that curve. It's not pulling though. Past the church, onto the downhill. Drop it to below 60. Like I said, she has good brakes. Well, not too bad. I mean, she bottomed out on every single one of those jumps, but to be expected, she has very stiff, very short shocks. Leery of that high-speed float. Perhaps I don't need to be. Alright, handling all that rather well. Get through the slip lane. Past the car garage. Into the slip lane in front of the gas station. Past the auto repair. Past the concrete mixer. Oh, almost. I decided to let the skid take us through the turn. It was a little bit too aggressive. Oh, it's killing the time of an otherwise rather good run. 12th at 2:20. Decimal 127. let it stand. I'm going to mark it in red though, so we know that we should go back and redo it at some point. Wow, I've done a lot of cars. See the behind the Wolf and the Warcheck, the Carmi and the Pollo. And that just leaves us the highway strip. Like I said, I don't think the quarter mile is going to go too well. The overall time should be decent, but again, this is not a muscle car. It's not a total beast. We've had plenty of examples of those. Ease into the final stretch. Seventh is respectable. Let's see, that's a 0.40.361, and the quarter mile was in 0.16.966. And that puts her behind the Autreme and the Carmine, ahead of the Wolf and the Concepcion. Her Beam 6 total, which I'll get her sorted into her appropriate slot, which is 6th. You can see right there, 6th overhaul behind the Coupe and the Rosive, ahead of the Carmine and the Wolf. For all names, we heard a lot of these names all throughout. These comparable. Here we are in the Ali Pollo, and this is the high-speed highway East Coast map, which is starting to become the next city course for me based on the number of cuts I've had to put in just to get through this track. Pollo Grigliato being the only other vehicle we've taken on the course. Still haven't evaluated whether it'll be a regular. This has been time consuming to record this. Time consuming enough that I'm starting to ramble on my runs. I think the last one I started to get into kind of where I came from in racing. Because I grew up with Gran Turismo 2. Played some 3 and 4. I think I played a lot of 3 actually. I think that was the one I played the most. I think I recently got 5 because I bought a PlayStation 3 recently. Yeah, I know, I'm way behind on the console market. I don't care too much for console gaming. I'm more of a PC gamer. Had a lot of fun with Gran Turismo. Kind of enjoyed the gameplay model a bit more than Forza. Played a lot of Forza. Of course, I spreadsheeted it. Way better tuning model than Gran Turismo. Had a lot of fun making a spreadsheet and basically helping tune my friends' vehicles for the way they drive. Literally being like, oh, you want to add a little bit of front suspension here, and you want to increase the dampeners on the rear. Alright, how did that feel? And improving their times. Ten of 10 would be a pit boss again. I did enjoy the tuning aspect. See, I'm totally learning this course. I knew that was coming up. I didn't want to slide through it like I did on one of my runs. Which I made it through that section on one of my runs, so I know we're close to the end. Sadly, we missed as we floated over to the left and got hit a rock. Got stuck. Otherwise, we would have finished this already. But that is a good run. We're sitting at 2 minutes. .39 seconds, decimal 978. That is a very good run as far as I'm concerned. And this may be my last attempt at the Italy mixed circuit in the Ali Pollo. Taking sports suspension and sports tires onto dirt roads is unique. Certainly isn't easy. Just constantly fishtailing, and that's with no steering input. Hey, the first time I didn't slide into that wall. Lots of fishtailing, just naturally as the suspension comes free or pulls the tire free of the road surface. It just wobbles back and forth. When you get up to speed, it's quite alarming. The actual road's not bad at all. Gas station will come down to make this turn. Thank you. Especially as the end of this is the dirt. Found a sweet spot on this one. We know from experience not to overdo it here. Catch air there and you go straight into those olive trees. Not an arborist. I think those are olive trees. The ones that were in the farm off to the right. Sorry, I sometimes forget. People can't read what my focus is. I have to tell you. Ooh, the trees. I'm sure someone will correct me. Oh, wow. That'll hurt our time, but that's all. We're already doing way better than the Pollo Grigliato. I think struggled through this entire course greatly. This one, for some reason, is managing okay. Alright, not too bad. Now I think the next section is the road section through the town, so it's very cramped. Can't necessarily open up entirely. Oh, no, that's not too bad. Just like the last course, still learning this one. Oh dear. Oh dear. And rebounded off the wall. Well, with that, I am kind of out of time. So I'm going to call it here. Maybe eventually we'll get through this course. I don't think we were that far away. Can we see the blue beacon? Nope, it's a red beacon. Well, there was a bit left. But with that, I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a comment, let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Take care.